Then at what point, because okay, so we in our 40s and we single,
Right.
so I mean, at what point do you call it settling, or at what point do you say, okay, these are things that I can sort of
Work with.
do without on my list?
Right. The thing is, you have. I mean, for me, I'll never deal with a man who cheats on me. I mean, I can't deal with that. For a man who doesn't has no ambition, I can't. These are certain things that I cannot work with.
Mhm.
So I know my the grounds that I can work from. Certain things, if you know, if you're brown rice and me eat white rice, that's totally okay. If you like to go out and play basketball with your friends, you know what I mean. It's not an issue with me because I like my own space as well too. So certain things are compromisable. Certain things though are not. I'm not gonna. A lot of women are settling for the man that they think has 10 women. They just kind of feel like they can't do any better. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Those things you cannot do because then it begins to work on your self-esteem. A
Mhm.
man who abuses you,
Mhm.
don't do that.
Mhm.
You know, because then you have to try to come back to yourself. A man that doesn't respect you, a man that doesn't see your value, your worth.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying that somebody has to be perfect because nobody's perfect, Mercedes, but you have to work from certain grounds and then you work from that. I don't care if you're a lawyer, doctor, agent, chief. I've dated all of them. It's certain things that I'm looking for
Mhm.
to kind of have that partner. And it's not a perfect person because obviously everybody have faults.
Mhm.
But you have to put your foot down and say these are the things that you won't compromise on.
Okay, and then just to go back to what you had
Yeah.
said earlier, because I know specifically what you mean because I read it on your Facebook page. But when you say in
Yeah.
terms of basically broadening your horizons
Yeah.
and being open to other opportunities, you specifically mean?
I just opened up like to myself, as I said, dating a Caucasian. I've never really done that.
Okay.
Dating an Indian, if I may, you know what I mean. Like the colors don't really matter right now. I'm looking for quality,
Okay.
and it's if it's a Black American or Jamaican or Caribbean, it doesn't matter to me. I'm looking for somebody that is deserving, and I'm deserving of them. It's not a one-way street. So I really want to find that person that we can have a life together and have a basic understanding and say, listen, you might have your kids, I have my kids, we make a life together. You have a partner.
And it's funny when we flip the script because I know you're specifically referring to dating outside of
You
your
race,
race,
yeah,
and black men have done it for years, and
exactly.
black sisters have had a major problem
Problem, right?
problem with that. And now that we're flipping the script, we're kind of sort of getting the same kind of rebuttal.
Exactly.
What do you say to that?
Because I even when I put that up on my Facebook, I had a lot of black men saying to me, Sandy, how dare you? You know what I
Right.
mean? Like you haven't dated us all. I said it's not that. I'm not saying that I'm gonna go out and specifically only date that. If I see somebody good, I don't care what color you are right now. That's just
Mhm.
it. But it is a difficult thing for you to do that because we've been so loyal to our own kind. I'm not saying that you stepping out of it is a should deliberately try to do that. If you want to have a partner, go for it. If you don't want to have a partner, that's your choice. I want to have a partner. If I can't find it in my community, me not want it alone. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I'm gonna look outside, and it doesn't matter if that person has that quality for me. That's one thing. But you're right. A lot of men, when I put that up, it was not a good. I got some negative reactions, and then I got some good ones in my inbox. And
Yeah.
listen, I'm an upfront person. Everybody kind of knows that.
And really, if we know our history, I mean, the slave master and colonizers, they've been mixing up things for
Oh,
years,
for
anyways.
years,
That's why we can't even
exactly.
trace. I got so much different blood running it through me
Into
right
you,
now. So I
exactly.
mean, don't be a hypocrite about the thing. Still.
Exactly, and that's the thing too. A lot of men can't. They don't like that. One guy said to me, "I'd rather see. I don't want to see you with outside of not with a Jamaican or a black person." And I said, "Why not?" I said, "He says, yeah, I feel like I could have lost, a sister." I said, "But me there in front of you for so long." You know what I mean? Or you do it. Why can't me? Why can't I do something like that? So now you have to open up the playing field. And a lot of times I'll say things, Mercedes, and they'll I'll create enough eruption on Facebook or on my with my articles, but I try not to hurt people, but I just come from a position of honesty.
Mhm.
And when I'm being honest with myself, I feel I've accomplished a lot. So
Yeah.
definitely, sisters,
Yeah.
start to date. You don't want to be alone.
Well,
I like
and I
that.
think at the same time too, it's just about being open. It's not
Yeah.
about specifically saying I'm only, because you have some people that will only
Only
date
right.
certain types of individuals, and I don't think it should be about that because
No.
love comes in different angles, and when it hits you, you don't know how it's going to come.
Exactly. You don't know
So
how it's
I
going to
think,
affect you,
yeah.
and then you
So.
don't know what to do, and that's a good thing. You have to be open. And I am 41 years old. I've gone through experiences, but my mind has not closed to that great love. I'm very open to that, and so I look for that still. Not that he'll ride down on a white horse with good credit and great hair. Yeah, we
Well,
can work for the credit situation.
well, if the money's stashed under the bed, I'm cool with
Yeah,
that. Those are who
exactly.
have good credit nowadays,
we
anyway.
can work on that. I have some. We'll work on that. But the point is, I still yearn for that. And so I'm not going to give up on that. And he doesn't have to walk around with, driving a Mercedes. It has nothing to do with that. I still want that love, and I'm so very hopeful for that. And this book is just trying to say to you, listen, don't give up on the dream. Don't give up on yourself. I haven't given up on myself.
Okay. So while you were doing your research and stuff,
Yeah.
what are the brothers saying about the sisters? I know once upon a time, yeah, but I stopped listening to, so I don't even know what they're saying now because I don't care now.
Right.
But once upon a time, it used to be, oh, sisters are loud, sisters don't understand me.
They're hard on us.
One man said to me, a white woman is more loving than a black woman. And I said, oh, I guess your mama didn't know how to show you love then because his mama is a black woman.
Right.
But what is it that the brothers are saying?
They're still saying that. They're still saying that sisters are difficult to work with, or difficult to not say to handle. I said, listen, it is not that. It is a matter of, I know what is right. If you do something wrong, I'm going to call you out on it. And I'm not going to nag you on whatever. I'm just going to say, listen, this was not a right move to make, and I would expect you to do the same thing. But the guys are still saying that the sisters are being difficult. They're still difficult to deal with. They're still, they don't listen. And I said, I don't think so, because I know that if you have a good woman, whether it be a sister or a non-sister, no matter, by your side, you can accomplish so many things. But that is exactly still what they're saying, that the women are still, sisters are still difficult to deal with. That's why they go outside, and that's not true. If you want somebody, as I said, to run over, go get a dolly. I'm not a dolly.
But to a certain extent, to be fair, if so many of them are saying this, right?
You have to kind of look at it, maybe.
Do we not have to evaluate where we're coming from, if this is the case, and why this is the case, in order to sort of take a step back and solve? Because I think you had statistics on your Facebook page.
40% of black women are going to be going to stay unmarried, and they're professionals. A lot of times, what happens, though, Mercedes, is that they see it as being you're trying to be difficult. But I hear what you're saying. Like, if somebody keeps on saying, listen, you're being difficult, I kind of will take a step back. If you keep on saying to me, Sandy, you're sensitive, you know it's going to be sensitive. So if one person says it to me, I'll know that, and two people say it, I say, okay, there's something to it. But at the same time, you don't have to kind of change maybe you want to be a little bit softer, a little bit sweeter, but still, though, if you do something wrong, if he stays out all night for the 2 or 3 days, they don't hear from him. Is that a difficult thing for you to say, listen, I didn't like that? There's nothing wrong with that. But you still have to kind of say, listen, if he's trying to make a point to me, then I'm going to perhaps look at and evaluate what he's saying and say, listen, maybe I was wrong there. I know my words sometimes, Mercedes, people say to me, Sandy, your words are powerful without you even knowing it. When you write things down. But I'm a creative person, so whether it be good or bad, it can go either way. And I looked at myself and I said, maybe I didn't write what I wanted. Maybe just take a breather first, take a 5 minute, 10 minute for me answer you. But people have said it to me, so I've tried to take a stock of myself and not be too hurtful, because I don't know how hurtful I'm being.
Yeah. I would love to chat with you some more. I would even love to open up the phone lines and hear what the brothers are saying, but I do know that you need to go. So the book is titled Whose Vagina Is It Anyways? It's written by Sandy Daley, and I know that you've got book signings and all kinds of things happening. Where can they get the book?
Actually, definitely go to any Chapters right now and check out the Chapters bookstore. Just call up and say, listen, do you have that book? As well as you can go to a different book list. You can go to Knowledge Bookstore in Brampton. You can go on Amazon.com, but if you're in Toronto, the best thing is go to Chapters and find it. It is Whose Vagina Is It Really? And just ask them for my book and you'll actually get there. I'm actually heading off to I booked a book signing at Howard University on February the 10th, and then I'm off to Jamaica February the 12th to do a book signing. Valentine's weekend, the lady laughed at me and she goes, listen, I said, you take her on Valentine's? I said, listen, I don't have no husband. She goes, bring your man. I said, please, Miss Sangstersley, I don't have no man. You know that already. She goes, she started laugh. But I'll be doing book signings throughout the States. Coming up January, and it's done very well, so I'm very happy about it. The funny thing is I don't want to stay long, but I was on Facebook the other day, and I saw people, like, somebody posting stuff, and I said, that's one of my chapters, and it was somebody else, and she wasn't even my friend. Her boyfriend had bought the book for her, and she kept on, every week she was posting a new chapter, and they had discussions about it, and then her boyfriend was saying, you shouldn't buy a book because you learn too much stuff. But yeah, Whose Vagina Is It Really? And go on my Facebook page, it's Sandy Daley, or you can go on The Single Girl, and that's where you can actually find me, or go to sandydailey.com.
Okay, one final tip for the single women.
don't settle. Just, keep on hoping for that love and make sure that you have everything intact. Because what I'm trying to let the ladies know that you don't have to give away all parts of yourself. I'm almost re-virginized, as I say. I get to know somebody. So just because you meet somebody and give you two look of sweet talks. No, sir. Talk to him long, and you'll find out the real person. That way you don't have to say, Lord, my God, may go sleep with a boy and, look what happened now on a Monday.
No, give away the good stuff.
I know, don't give away Michael's running his head. Don't give away the good stuff, man. Hold it. If you want him, we can find you, trust me. I'll do the right things.
Thank you ever so much for coming down this time of the night. I wish you future success, and I look forward to the next. So what's the next book going?
The next one is, finished for 2011, is Whose Penis Is It, really?
Ah.
But this one I'm working with some guys because just like women, men, you've got some good things, so not every sister deserves you. So I've got that down. I'm working with some guys and, getting their points across, and just maybe we can learn something. Because I think that's a bad thing, too. We've kind of lost a way to communicate with each other, and we need to find that back. So whose vagina is it really? And the next one is whose penis is it really?
All right. Well, definitely got to get you to come back, man. It was fun. It was fun chatting with you.
I will come back definitely because I'm doing the hardcover now, adding 3 more chapters. So for February, you'll have another book.
Oh, well, I got some stories for you too. So
listen, man, just give me Sandy. All I ask is the girls, they give me advice, they give me questions and say, listen, Sandy, write about this thing for me. I mean, put me hash it out for you. We learned something, right, Michael? Michael's like, yeah.
Much love going out to you. Thank you so much for coming.
I had a blast. Thank you, Mercedes. Bye, Toronto. Later.
All right. 12:35 in the mix right here on CKLN 88 Movements, bashment, excitement, upliftment. Got a track to play from yours truly. It's another bubbler. We got a few more bubblers. We didn't quite finish up because Sandy does need to vacate the vicinity. See, she needs a nice man now that should be waiting outside in the limo just saying, all right. But it's all right. I bet you any money when the book take off and you're busting, they start seeing you on Oprah. That's the time they're all going to be coming out the woodwork.
She'll find somebody soon.
You told her where to go? Where should she go?
Tell her to go to Brown Sugar Lawn.
Brown Sugar Lawn?
Martin Grove and Dare Road. What? At the corner there. Brown Sugar Lawn.
Brown Sugar Lawn. All right.
Sugar Bird. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Every Friday and Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, all right. Yeah. So what, go to Brown Sugar Lawn and we'll find a man?
There's a lot of single guys up there, man.
Single as in not belonging to anybody else, or single as in...
Or so them say.
They don't have nobody. They're single, free, single, and disengaged.
All right.
All right, then, I'm coming.
All right. All right. All right. In the meantime, in between time, we going to drop it with a bubbler on the countdown. This comes to you from Len Hammond, featuring yours truly. Lock it down. It's all about movement, bashment, excitement, upliftment.
It's Mercedes and Shania throwing it down, doing it for all the ladies. You know how we represent. Miss Movements, if you're nasty.
You watch me move, you watch me whine, you watch me walk up my waist in a sexy style. You watch me smile.